Remarkable experiences create raving fans and raving followers. And that's what you want as a church leader and pastor. And that's what Connect Ministries want too. There's a lot at stake if you don't create remarkable experiences. And if that's something your church struggles with, then it would make sense that you're likely not meeting new people and not getting them plugged into the life of your church. Because when there's not remarkable experiences, there's probably not a lot of people telling other people about your church. There's probably not a lot of people looking forward to giving their time and energy and resources to their church. There's not a lot of people that aren't looking forward to coming back the next time. This is how much remarkable experiences matter. One of the reasons that churches sometimes struggle to create remarkable experiences is because they've slipped into operating with a microwave mentality. Microwaves cook things fast, and microwaves happen in an instant. It's a matter of seconds. That works great if you're heating up last night's leftover pizza, but it does not work if you're trying to create remarkable experiences in your church. What happens when churches operate in a microwave mentality and struggle to create remarkable experiences? Let's find out. So the question at hand is, what is a remarkable experience? Well, by remarkable, what I'm not referring to is an expensive experience. I'm not talking about Disney. I'm not talking about fireworks, lights, shows, action, fog. That's not what I mean by remarkable experience. What I mean by remarkable experience is meaningful, valuable, something that's special, something that would leave a mark on a person, and when it leaves a mark on them, it makes them want to go remark about it to their community. And that could be as big as a live event with lots of people, and that could be as small as a hospital visit, something that only involves a couple or a few people. Remarkable experiences aren't necessarily expensive, and they're not necessarily big, but they're meaningful. And when they're meaningful, people show up more often. People bring more people with them, and people will even sacrifice their time, energy, and resources to be a part of remarkable. The people you want to reach, they're looking for remarkable experiences. Church leaders that operate with a microwave mentality don't always realize that they're actually creating half-baked experiences. And a lot of times these half-baked experiences, they lack their potential. They lack the creativity that could have been there. They lack collaboration that could have taken place if there was more time and there was more people. People aren't going to stay at your church when they sense that your church is not creating remarkable experiences. And what happens when you don't create remarkable experiences? Well, one of the things that takes place is that nobody in your community is remarking about your church. People don't talk about things that are normal, mediocre, average, or even meh. Nobody goes to a movie that was just okay, or a concert that was just okay, or a restaurant that was just okay, and tells everybody on their social channels or in their neighborhood or the places that they work. Nobody remarks about things that are not remarkable. Another thing that's going to happen if you operate in a microwave mentality and the experiences that you create are not remarkable is that there's going to be a perceived low value about your church in your community. And that's not what you want as a church leader. If people perceive that your church is just another thing to do in town or another option in town, but it didn't actually create value for their life, their spiritual life, their marriage, and their family, they're not likely to return to your church. And when they're not talking about your church and when they have low perceived value of your church, then there's a real good chance you're going to see low results as it relates to meeting new people. There's going to be a lot of busyness that takes place. That's what the microwave feels like. It feels frantic. It feels last minute. It feels rushed. It feels chaotic. You can be busy, but highly ineffective if you operate with a microwave mentality. There must be a better way. The people you're trying to reach, you know what they're looking for? They're looking for remarkable. They're looking for things that add value to their life. And that's what you're looking for in life as well. And if they find it at your church, there's a real good chance that they're going to be returning again soon. So what would be a mentality that's better than a microwave mentality? Let's find out. You know what it's like to operate as a church leader with a microwave mindset. There must be a better way. What if today you could think differently, and instead of living and operating in a microwave mindset, you could instead adopt a better mindset? That's the Crock-Pot mindset. Let's face it, microwave mindsets are always operating last minute. That's not how Crock-Pot experiences work at all. They take time, and some of the most amazing things in life take time. Microwave mindsets, they create a lot of stress because your back's always against the wall, because Wednesday's always coming, and the next deadline's always coming, and Sunday's always coming, and it's always due. Crock-Pots aren't like that at all. They're intentional, they're steady, they're well thought through. They involve creativity. They get the very best from you and the people that are around you. Let's transition from being church leaders that operate with a microwave mentality, and let's adopt a Crock-Pot mentality. This is what I love. And the things that you love too, you know that they go slow, like brisket. Is there anything better than eating brisket in Texas with beautiful 16 mesh black pepper on it? Everybody loves to see the brisket sliced, but what they forget is that brisket's been cooking for 18 plus hours. And after it cooked for 18 plus hours, it rested in a cooler. By the time it's been sliced and eaten by you, it's been cooking for a day or even more. That's what happens when you lead with a Crock-Pot mentality. You begin to create remarkable experiences. And these remarkable experiences weren't planned at the last minute. They were planned with great intentionality and time and creativity and meaningfulness. And the people you want to reach, they'll be able to recognize it when they see it. So the question is, how do you lead with a Crock-Pot mindset so that your church can become even more effective at creating remarkable experiences? So how do you operate with a Crock-Pot mindset? Let me give you just a few examples. These are super practical, and if you'll do them this week, you'll instantly begin to feel the experiences you create beginning to shift. One, if you want to operate with a Crock-Pot mentality, you've got to learn how to say no. One of the temptations you have as a church leader is you want to try to do this and 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 this, and all of them are important, but it's impossible to pull them off all well. And you want to create remarkable experiences. And because you want to create remarkable experiences that help your church meet new people and get them deeply connected in the life of your church, you got to learn how to say no. It's not, can we do that? It's instead, should we do that? Are we capable of doing that at a remarkable level? And if the answer is we're not able to do it remarkably well, then let's say no for now. That's one way you operate with a Crock-Pot mentality. Another thing that you can do if you want to operate with a Crock-Pot mentality and actually get better at creating remarkable experiences is start with the end in mind, okay? What does remarkable look like for us? Is remarkable that we're going to call everybody by name? Is remarkable that we're going to provide a moment that makes everybody want to pull out their phone and take a picture of it? Is remarkable that it's going to be so fun that they never forget it? Is remarkable that it's going to be very visually appealing? Is remarkable that it's going to be highly relevant? Is remarkable that we're going to be incredibly relational? What does remarkable mean to your team? You got to define that so that you can know, all right, that's the end we have in mind. And once you define remarkable, these moments that leave a mark on people and make them want to leave and remark about it to everybody they live, work, and play with, then you can reverse engineer. How far back do you need to go so that you can pull off what you had in mind in the end? Start with the end in mind and go as far back as you need to go in your planning so that you can timeline accordingly. What else can you do if you want to operate with a Crock-Pot mentality is you can clarify roles. Who's doing what? If you're not careful and you slip back into a microwave mindset, it's going to all fall on your shoulders, or it's all going to fall on somebody's shoulders. And before you know it, they're going to become a toothpick trying to hold up an elephant. Remarkable is only possible when everybody has a clear role and everybody knows what they're responsible for and when they're responsible for it. And you don't just need a thorough timeline that starts with the end in mind and goes back as far as it takes. You don't just need role clarity. You need somebody that's thinking through the timeline, that's owning the timeline, that's managing the timeline. Are we still on time? Has this person who's been named the owner, have they lived up to their due date? Is there anything we need to circle back on? Now there's collaboration. Now there's clarity. Now there's communication. Now there's creativity. Now we're positioning ourselves with a Crock-Pot mentality. Now we're positioning ourselves towards creating remarkable experiences. And lastly, be careful about this. Be careful about slipping back into a microwave mindset. You just simply can't do everything. So ideas are going to come up. A volunteer is going to have an idea. A senior level staff member is going to have an idea. A member of the family ministry is going to have an idea. And your answer might not be no necessarily. Instead, your answer might be, I love that idea, just not right now. Because if we tried to do it right now, we'd be doing it out of a microwave mindset. And we want to create remarkable experiences. And the best way for us to do that is do it with a Crock-Pot mentality. This is what thinking like remarkable experiences think like. This is what thinking like a Crock-Pot mentality thinks like. And when you do this, you're going to be meeting people that are looking for remarkable experiences, and they're going to want to take a step towards your local church. Remarkable experiences are not optional if you want to be the type of church that meets new people and gets them plugged into the life of your church. It's time to put away the microwave, and it's time to pick up a Crock-Pot mindset. This is not about doing more. This is about doing what matters most well. Stop serving half-baked experiences and start investing in a mindset that can put you on a path to remarkable experiences, and watch how you and your team will begin to meet new people and get them assimilated into the life of your church in the season to come.